Back, and here's the distinction I want to show you. I am working with different layers, and right now I currently only have one layer, which means if I draw something, it's going to show up on that layer. I want to show you something cool. Down here at the bottom, you see all these little tools here? Don't worry about what these do. We're going to get to those later. The only one we're going to concentrate on is this one right here, which if I hover over, it says create a new layer, and the one next to it which says delete a layer. So, which you won't let me do right now because you have to always have at least one layer. But I'm going to click on this little button right here that says create a new layer, and you can see now I have a layer called blue box, and I have a layer called layer 1. And because I know what I'm going to do, I'm going to call this one red circle. Okay. And then I'm going to come over and mouse down again, let go, grab the elliptical marquee tool, and I want to make sure I'm working on the layer that's highlighted as red circle, not on blue box. I want to be working on this layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mouse down and drag, and obviously you can see that my elliptical tool has created a ellipse, and I think I want to make this red, so I'm going to go over and click on the red, and just to familiarize yourself again, let's grab the brush again, make this a little bigger. There's a better way to do this, but just to show you, and I'm going to just quickly fill all that in, and then because I want to be able to manipulate other stuff, select, deselect. Okay, so here's where layers get interesting. I want to show you the power of layers. And imagine just for a second this was like a photograph where you're manipulating different elements. You click on the move tool, which is this little tool right here with the 4 little arrows. And you see that if I'm on the layer that says red circle, watch this, I can move it around, and it only moves around everything on that layer. I can click on blue box, and now I'm moving around anything on blue box. Now here's where it gets awesome. You can make blue box invisible. You can make red circle invisible. You can change the layer order, so I can bring blue box up. Look at that. Kind of cool. I can even, are you ready for this one? I have blue box selected. Go up here where it says opacity. I can reduce the opacity. So I can still see it, but it's like not as obvious. So it kind of blends in. I kind of like that. I think I'm going to leave that. Okay. And by the way, if you get something like this where, let me hit cancel and show you what I'm talking about. A little check mark shows up. If you just hit check or apply the transformation, it takes care of it for you. So that's what you do when that happens. All right. So far so good. And I want you to play around with that. In the next image, I'm going to show you how to make a couple more images, and then we'll start to manipulate the different images and the different layers to create an overall pattern.